The fridge, wow. I'd say it's time for a new fridge. What's going on, guys? So today we are at the 12 unit. We have a vacant unit that's a tenant just moved out of. I'm fairly certain it's in pretty bad shape, so we're gonna go take a look at it, see what we need to do. There she is, folks. This is our brand new renovated unit. So you can see we got some brand, no, I'm joking. Definitely in rough shape. Carpet is gonna have to go. I wish you guys could smell this. I'm sure at some point we've all been over to our grandmother's house that has not been updated, you know, since the 70s or 80s. Everything's all original. Well, that's exactly what we're dealing with here. It smells very misty, grimy. I'm sure it's embedded into the carpet here. So starting in the kitchen, cabinets. Let's start with these. Luckily, these cabinets are in phenomenal shape. They're real old. They definitely don't build them like these nowadays. So what we'll do is we'll paint the cabinets, we'll update the hardware, get a new modern look. Countertop is not in bad shape. The location we're in, it's not like we have to do granite countertop or anything luxurious. So we'll probably go ahead and keep the countertop. Looks like a newer stainless steel sink, which is a plus. Cabinets down here, same thing. We'll paint them, get some new hardware. The fridge, wow. I'd say it's time for a new fridge. We'll get that fridge out of there. Whoa. Yeah, there's a family of bugs in there. So, get a new fridge. The stove may be able to be cleaned up. The thing is, it's all grease and disgusting. If we can clean it up, perfect. If we can't, go ahead and get a new stove in here. As far as the walls, so with any vacant unit we have, we always do paint no matter what. But in this case, you can see, surely there were some kids in here that took some crayons and decided to do some art on the wall. So we'll get that taken care of. Now, this is what we see a lot. So with these window AC units, if they're not slanted correctly going outside, all the condensation and the liquid, it's supposed to drain outside. But if it's slanted inside, the water comes back in, and you can see we got a bunch of liquid spots running down the wall here, which tells me at some point this was an issue. Now the drywall still feels pretty hard, so it's not softened up too much, but definitely need to look into that and get that window AC unit repositioned. When we pull the carpet up, we'll check the subfloor as well to make sure we don't need to cut out any pieces or get deeper into that. Now this is probably my favorite. We got the bathroom here with the vintage 80s pink bathtub, toilet, as well as a sink. This definitely gives you the idea of the age of this building. Like I mentioned, this is the 12 unit building. We acquired it 7 or 8 months ago. The entire building is very outdated, just like this here. The previous owner, it was your typical tired landlord situation. They didn't really do any updating. There's gonna be a lot of work done here in the bathroom. There's a subfloor right there. New flooring, we'll get a new toilet, new sink, new tub, rip all that out, get that up to date. Take out the wallpaper and paint things up, get a new light fixture. Basically everything in this bathroom will be brand new once we get wrapped up. Into the bedrooms, not terrible. Looks like we got a window AC unit that was left. I actually might take that to another building. So we'll get some use out of that, as long as it works. Carpet in very rough shape. We'll probably do LVP throughout the entire apartment. That's what we tend to stick inside of our rentals. We're gonna need some new blinds. Really these windows, so all of these windows in the building are original. You can see how rough of shape they're in. I mean, we're gonna need some window screens. Cool. Into the second bedroom. Continue the LVP in here, do paint, update the ceiling fan. I'll have to figure out these closet doors, get those rehung. This will be a pretty intensive renovation project once we're all said and done. Basically everything, there's really nothing that's gonna stay. These buildings are heated from boilers. Basically it's a water system where there's a boiler in the basement and heats up the water and sends it throughout here. And this basically radiates heat off. You'll see that a lot here in the Midwest as a source of heat. These are just covers, but that cover will have to be put back on there. So when we first acquired this building, all the tenants, they were long-term tenants, like I mentioned. None of the units were renovated or even up to date. So 6 or 7 months ago when I first acquired this building up until now, we've only been able to renovate, I think 2 or 3 units as tenants leave. So it's not like we can go in there during the middle of a tenant's lease and do a full renovation. The only time we can do that is in a situation right now where the tenant, they decide not to renew for whatever reason, and we can actually get in here and do an intensive renovation. So a project like this, we're probably looking between $7,000 to $9,000. This is it's gonna be more of a heavy renovation with, all new floors, appliances, cabinet, paint. So in part 2 of this video, which we will come back once all the renovation's complete, we'll do an exact breakdown of the costs and see how close we were to the $7,000 to $9,000 estimate. And hopefully a lot less flies.